Hey there. Have you ever wondered why money feels so different for everyone? Some people work nonstop days and nights and still can't afford basic needs, while others make millions while they sleep that could last for generations. Well, that's because we're not all playing the same game. Wealth has levels, and most people don't even realize which level they're at. Some people rise, some fall, and many get stuck somewhere in between, depending on what life throws at you and how you face it. There are a lot of versions of the levels of wealth out there. But in this video, we'll go through the Explains 101 version, which I've made clearer, more relatable, and built for real life, no matter where you live. Let's see where you are now, what's ahead of you, and what actually changes as you move up. Level 1. Survival. At this level, every day feels like a battle. You wake up already behind. Rent is due. Your bills are overdue. There's no more food at home. Many people here come from families who've been stuck in this condition for generations. With little or no access to proper education, they end up with fewer skills and fewer job options. Most end up doing low-paying work, unstable part-time jobs, or no work at all. Even with a super minimal, frugal lifestyle, your income still can't cover everything. So, people start borrowing. From family, from friends, from loan providers. Some even turn to loan sharks with super high interest rates. But if you can't even pay your monthly bills, how can you pay off these loans? Some people in this stage don't understand personal finance yet. While some already do, when your income is too low, even good habits can't magically fix it. In some cases, people in this level have more children than they can support. Often, this comes from old beliefs like more children, more blessings, which only makes life harder. This is what many call systemic poverty. A mix of broken systems and limited mindset keeps many people at this level stuck, no matter how hard they try. Try 2024. The United Nations said over 700 million people in the world live on less than 2.15 a day. But if you also count people who earn a bit more than that, but still can't afford enough food, clean water, or basic education, the number jumps to more than 1.1 billion. So how do you get out of this? The truth is, this is the hardest level to escape. There's no easy answer. But for some, small steps like basic budgeting or saving just a little bit each month can help. Even $1, or even less, is still better than nothing. It's not a full solution, but it's a start. For example, I've told the story of Ronald Red. He came from a poor family and worked most of his life as a gas station attendant and janitor. But over the decades, he lived frugally and invested most of his income in blue-chip stocks, even though it wasn't much. When he passed away, he shocked everyone by leaving behind $8 million. He even had more money than his manager. Now, of course, his condition was different, and not everyone can do that. But his story proves something important. Even at the lowest point, there's still a way forward. Level 2. Struggle. You're no longer drowning, but you're still not safe. You can cover your basic expenses most months. Rent is paid. There's food on the table. Sometimes, a little is left at the end. But that calm feeling doesn't last. 1 or 2 missed paychecks could throw you straight back into survival level. You're not constantly in crisis anymore, but you are still living on the edge. You might still be in debt, maybe a loan or a credit card. Even if you're keeping up with the minimum payments, you might still worry whether you'll always have enough to repay. You still cut back and track your spending. You buy only what you need. You skip unnecessary things like coffee shops because money is still tight, even though a lot of people at this level still do it anyway. You've thought about investing, but you don't feel ready. You want to grow your money, but you're afraid to lose what little you have. At this level, money is always in the back of your mind. Can I afford this? Follows you everywhere. People around you might think you're doing okay, but deep down, you know that one unexpected problem could drag you right back down. Level 3. Stability. You finally have breathing room. You're not rich, but you're no longer in grave danger. You can pay your rent, your bills, and buy groceries without stress. When some small unexpected cost comes up, like your car breaking down, you can cover it without panic. You've started saving more consistently, like building a small emergency fund. You might be investing, not big money, just small steps, maybe starting with just a few dollars. And if you're at this point, a tool like Moomoo can help. This video is sponsored by Moomoo. Some of you at this level might want to start investing or trading, but feel discouraged by high fees, minimum requirements, limited options, or complicated apps. Then Moomoo is a great platform to try. If you're a US resident, you can trade US stocks with zero commission. Not in the US. Moomoo still offers some of the lowest commission fees around. But is it trusted? Yes. Moomoo is regulated in the US, Singapore, Australia, Japan, Malaysia, and Hong Kong, with licenses from major financial authorities. It's also a subsidiary of Fudu Holdings, which is listed on NASDAQ. Click the link below to get up to 60 free stocks when you deposit. That's 5 stocks for 100, 25 stocks for 2,000, or 60 stocks for 5,000, as long as you keep the funds in your account for 60 days. You can also earn up to 8.1 interest on unused cash for your first 3 months, but this is a limited time offer, so don't miss it. Now we go back to level 3. Your lifestyle is still simple, but it includes small comforts. You can afford some modest luxuries like going to the dentist or take your kids to a theme park. Life finally has options, but you're still not safe. At this level, you're stable, not secure. If you suddenly lost your job, your savings or emergency fund might last for a few months. But once the emergency fund runs out, you could fall back to struggle or even survival. Level 4. Security. Level 3. Stability means you're stable, but only if everything goes to plan. If something goes wrong, you might fall back because you're not truly secure. Level 4. Security means you're both stable and protected. If something happens, you can handle it. You're not likely to fall back easily. You have more savings. You have insurance. All needs are fulfilled. You might own your home, or if not, at least you live somewhere stable even if you rent. If you lose your job suddenly, you have enough emergency funds to support you for a few years until you get a new job. At this level, you've likely understood financial planning. You're investing regularly and slowly starting to build passive income. You are saving for retirement. Or you're thinking about your kids' future. You also start upgrading life slowly. You buy better food, better tools, better furniture. Like getting a new washing machine or fridge early, not just when they break, and without too much guilt. On this level, you are not financially free yet. You still need to work or get a job, but you are no longer vulnerable anymore. Level 5. Independence. You might have heard of the FIRE movement, financial independence, retire early. Well, this level is what they're aiming for. This is the point where money no longer worries you. Your passive income, maybe from investments, rental properties, or other assets, can fully support your lifestyle, even if you don't work anymore. You can work if you want to, but not because you have to. Maybe you still keep a job or run a business, but if you stop tomorrow, your lifestyle wouldn't change because your passive income covers it. At this level, you probably can't afford flying private jets or eating off gold plates, but you also don't need to check price tags at the common store. At this stage, you don't work for money anymore, you manage it. You think about managing taxes, growing your side income, and how to maximize your existing assets. Simply put, at this level you're most likely already semi-retired, and now, you have the power to design your own life. Level 6. Freedom. This is the higher level of independence. You don't have to wake up for work unless you want to. You decide how each day looks. At this point, you can travel when you want, not just when your job allows it. Maybe that means flying business or first class, staying at a 5-star hotel, or just visiting a peaceful place to reset. You don't travel to show off. You travel because you can finally choose how to spend your time. You work on projects not for money, but because you enjoy them, whether it's volunteering or pursuing a passion. And if you see wealthy people still working, it's not because they have to, it's because they want to. Money no longer worries you. When you shop, you're not asking, can I afford this, or do I need this, anymore. You could even buy the whole store if you really wanted to. You might join elite clubs, like polo or golf, and spend time with other wealthy people. Or maybe you choose the opposite, moving to the countryside to live simply, because that brings you peace. At this level, it's not just freedom from the need to work, it's also freedom from money stress. Level 7. Abundance. If you have reached this level, then congratulations. Welcome to the 1 Club, or possibly even the 0.01 Club. This is the level where money turns into power. You might own multiple businesses, a private equity fund, or real estate across different countries. You don't just earn money anymore, you influence markets. You might own mini mansions, villas, condos, or even a private island, or maybe two. Going on vacation? You might even fly on your own private jet, with your own pilot, to anywhere you want. You will have many private drivers, butlers, chefs, bodyguards, and even gardeners. Maybe even a backup gardener, just in case the first one takes a day off. You like some celebrities? You don't just follow them online. You can invite your favorite celebrity and go on a date like these rich dudes living in real-life CEO Wattpad story. In some cases, you could even influence politics. You have access to famous politicians and even the president or prime minister, or if you want, you could even be the president or prime minister by yourself like these rich guys. At this level, it's not about money anymore. You already have everything. Now it's either about building a public legacy or quietly shaping the world behind the scenes. You don't just follow the system, you help redesign it. So, in conclusion, your level of wealth isn't just about how much you earn. It's also about how you manage it. Some people earn a lot of money and squander it, while others earn less but handle their money better and they end up having more. What matters is knowing where you are now and what your next step could be. And don't compare yourself to billionaires. You don't need to reach level 7 to live well. Even moving from survival to struggle, or from struggle to stability, can completely change how life feels. To end this video, here's a quote for those who watched until the finish. If someone tells you you can't, they are showing their limits, not yours. Help us keep making videos like this by becoming a member and unlock some exclusive perks too. If you want me to make other videos explaining these topics, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.